Hello, everybody. This is going to be a not so pleasant video. Hold on one second. Let me put my phone on airplane mode. Sorry about that. I'm usually pretty sharp with that stuff. But, all right, you're going to see the title is Having a Parent with Dementia. My parents have been divorced for like a bazillion years. And my mom had remarried like, I don't know, over 30 years ago. And her husband just passed away of dementia um, June 30th of this year. He had been in a home for many years. He wasn't in good health at all, and he did expire. So I've always tried to be there for my mom in recent times, and she's declining rapidly too. So as I mentioned on a live stream a couple days ago, I showed up and she was trying to pay a bill that she had thought she had just got in the mail from over 6 months ago. So when you talk to her one on one, she seems really okay. I mean, she has a hard time walking and breathing at times. She maybe weighs 105 pounds at best. She's not obese. She doesn't smoke. She drinks a little bit of red wine like the French do. But she's had a lot of heart problems, and she's almost 89. So it's it's not pleasant to see someone decline that way. So I showed up. There's been a lot of episodes. I'm just trying to give you a couple. And I know there's going to be a lot of comments. I'm not looking for sympathy. I just want some people to be aware of what you could encounter in the future. I just turned 60 years old. My mom's a few months shy of 89, so there's going to be a lot of different variances of ages watching this video. So I'm trying to do my best to prepare you for hopefully something that never happens. But um, before I go on to tell you about what transpired today numerous times, I will tell you my mom hasn't really had a whole lot of requests as far as um, if she declines or anything. One thing she's always said she's probably said this for 10 years, she does not want to be put into a home. She just wants to pass away at home. I don't think that's an unreasonable request as far as if that happens naturally, but um, I'm very concerned because I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be an option. So she's supposed to go on a flight to Philadelphia tomorrow for a memorial service for her husband to Philadelphia. So every day she asks me, or says to me, or asks me, I'm confused. She always says, I'm confused. I said, well, I'm sorry, Mom, what are you confused about? And I wasn't sure what she was talking about. So every day She's confused because she doesn't know when she's going to Philadelphia. Today we had this discussion a minimum of 6 times. I talked to her when I arrived this morning to check on her. I kept telling her she's been calling my, I guess you call her stepsister, her husband's daughter, who's in Philadelphia. And she's been, she's just, if you talk to her one on one about just normal stuff, she seems okay. But then she will just keep repeating stuff. Some of the examples are she'll ask me, "Are you working today?" I'm like, "No, Mom, I'm not working because it's going to be raining by 11 o'clock or whatever." And then 2 minutes later, she'll say, "Are you working today?" No, Mom, I'm not because it's going to be raining by 11. So it's like those are the kind of things. And then it's gotten worse. Today was really bad. So I've been telling her all week, you don't have to worry about anything on the flight. I'm going to get you to the airport in Fort Myers. I'm going to be there with you. I'm going to drive you to the airport. I'm going to take you to the counter. There's going to be people there to assist you while I'm there. You're going to have a wheelchair and you're going to get on a direct flight to Philadelphia. And Eva, who's the stepsister, is going to be there to greet you. Everything's going to be fine. So we had that conversation uh, many times today. So she called me probably 3 or 4 times today, saying she's confused. So I'm saying, Mom, what are you confused about? She goes, I, I, when am I going to Philadelphia? I said, Mom, you're going tomorrow. And she's like, well, I don't have any of the flight information. I said, Mom, you don't need it. I said, I have it, and Eva has it. I've been telling you this for a while. You don't have to worry about it. Just quit worrying about that. I'm trying to talk um, sense and reason to somebody who's at a mentally diminished capacity. So I've never really had to do that over and over. A couple times in my life, I had to deal with people, that weren't relatives, but it's difficult. So there's going to be need to be some decisions made. Obviously, I keep hoping for the best worst case scenario. I guess you could say. Um, she's trying to go on her last hurrah. She wants to go to Philadelphia. She's going to be going to Philadelphia if all goes well tomorrow and arriving back in Fort Myers on Monday. She wants to leave to go to France for a month, beginning of September, and come back like beginning of October. I'm okay with that if if everything can work out. But unfortunately, on an international flight and some layovers and things of that nature, she's going to need a lot of supervision, and I can't imagine what would happen to her if she got lost or displaced in Paris or somewhere like that. So that's another one of her dying wishes is to see her sister one more time, who is also in a home. So I really don't want to deny her of anything on her bucket list. she's going to have the vehicle taken out of her possession. I do not know who the power of attorney is in the estate. I think I know it's pretty sure it's my half brother. Nobody's ever talked about that. The fact that nobody's talked about that to me tells me that's who's going to handle everything. So a little while ago, I call her, and her I kept calling her and calling her. And I'm trying to confirm that she has her valid passport ready for tomorrow because she no longer has a valid driver's license that's been revoked by the state of Florida due to her health conditions. So when I was there last week, she had like 10 passports. And I kid you not, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not even trying to be funny. Back to like the 60s and 70s. All these expired, canceled. I'm like, what the, I'm like, so I'm going through. She goes, here it is. I'm like, and I look at it. I'm like, no, that expired in like 72. So I'm looking, all these things. So finally, we get to the one that is valid until 2024. But so I left that out, told her not to move it. That is now displaced. So tomorrow I'm going to have to try and relocate this passport. There was I stood my ground trying to get her to get a Florida ID, state of Florida ID. It looks just like a Florida driver's license. It's an official document that could be used for travel or any banking transactions, anything of that nature. So that was done online by the stepsister, who I guess doesn't think I have the mental aptitude to figure that out myself. But so that supposedly is in the mail. I have my doubts because I'm sure the state of Florida is not going to do that for free, but allegedly it's in the mail and there was no financial transaction made. So I kept calling her and calling her and calling her this afternoon, and the line was busy. So I call her, and um, excuse me, I'm gonna take a swig of water. And so I call her, and I called for like a half hour straight, and the line was busy. So I was kind of worried. So I finally get on the phone with her. She sounds all shook up and like she was injured almost. So I get talking to her. I said, what? She goes, oh, I'm so upset. I've been on the phone with the insurance company. I'm like, oh man, that's a big red flag to me. I didn't say that to her. I'm thinking in my head. And I said, well, didn't we, I thought we talked about this yesterday and the day before, about your insurance. It was 2 days before. Um, I, I thought we figured that out. She goes, yes, yes, but I was just on the phone with that. And I said, Ma, I said, what insurance? Do you know the name? And I said, she says she said car insurance, and that's what we had just done 2 days before. And I said, Mom, we already took care of that, and you're good until February of 2023. I said, what car? I said, are you talking about AAA? And she says, no, it's Car Shield. And I said, what is Car Shield? I said, is that like an extended warranty? She says, yes, I just paid them like whatever 119 or 199. I forget what she said. I said, Mom, you got to listen to me. Write this down right now. Because I'm like, I don't know, 10, 12, 14 miles away. I said, you need to hang up with me right now. I said, how did you pay? She said, with a credit card. I said, great. Do you know what credit card you used? She said, yes. So I said, do me a favor. I said, there's a high probability that it's going to be fraud. Even if it's not fraud, at your age, you don't need an extended warranty on your vehicle because you're not even allowed to drive your vehicle. I said, so you need to call your bank, cancel that transaction. I said, because there's a high probability there could be fraud involved, and that's going to disrupt a lot of your plans to do any financial transactions or your trip to France. So so we got talking about that. She hung up. I told her make sure you have a bottle of water because there's a good chance you're going to be on the phone for at least 30 minutes. So I'm waiting to hear back from that. I called, the stepsister to include her in on that. Basically, she's saying the same thing. Basically, the car needs to go, and she gave me some insight where the title is, and so it's not looking good. I don't know if all her dying wishes are going to be met. I have no idea. I'm trying to do. There's two. She has two sibling children. Me and her brother, my brother. Gosh, you tell I'm flustered here. So trying to do the right thing in the final days, but I just feel like I'm walking through a minefield of poop. Feel like whatever decision I make is going to be the wrong decision. So there's a good chance you're going to have to do this in the future with your family, your cousin's family or something like that. So all I can tell you is try and be prepared for the worst case scenario. Like right now, um, her mental capacity is diminishing rapidly, and something's going to have to be done. And I guess somebody's got to pull the trigger on the happenings. I wish that she could remain in her house for the rest of her time on this planet. I don't I, I know that's going to be difficult. I don't know what to say, but um, I'll try and keep you guys updated. I know it's kind of personal information, doesn't really deal with the title of this channel, but sometimes you gotta bend the rules and do what's right for the masses who you know I really don't have I really don't do much on my personal channel. I think I only have like 4 subscribers. So I'm trying to make this a helpful video for more people. I'm not looking for sympathy. Um, I don't need to see a counselor. I just I kind of know what needs to be done. I just don't know when to pull the trigger. Um, I'm trying to get through this next less than 2 months. Um, Not me, trying to let her get through these 2 months, and then after that, hopefully we can see how that goes. I don't know if she will make it that long. Um, Physically, she's looking a little bit better physically. I shop for her daily for food. I can talk to her on one day. What do you need? What do you need? We look through the refrigerator and freezer, and she'll say nothing sometimes. And then I'll talk to her 5 hours later, and it's like, "What are you doing now?" And "What are you doing?" And she'll say, "I just went to the grocery store." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" So, it, you know, people have told me to disable the vehicle. I can disable the vehicle. She has AAA. It's going to get towed to a auto mechanic. They're going to say, "Yeah, your spark plugs are missing," or whatever I do to disable the vehicle, and it's just going to incur more financial problems. So I know the vehicle needs to go away. That's an asset. When I was talking to the stepsister, um, we haven't really started talking until the last 6 months or so. I've never had a reason to talk to her, but I wasn't sure whose name the vehicle was in. Her father's name, or any of that. So she seems to think that it's not that way. But so at least I know where to pursue to try and find the title and get that vehicle um, gone to save some problems that financially could be like assets to the estate, the person who was the power of attorney, which I'm pretty sure is not me, and it's just an ugly situation. So um, if I do post this video, it may be tomorrow morning. I may not post this at all. I just wanted to share my thoughts, get it off my chest. Um, it's a bad situation. So I'm not looking for sympathy or prayers, or I'm just trying to share. There's a lot of people who have bigger families that are more close knit than our dysfunctional family that has been like that for 60 years since I've been on this planet. But if there's people out there that have more functional families, you might want to get a powwow together and think of the worst case scenario, because right now I'm kind of living it, and I'm just trying to be an older dude doing the right thing. I'm trying to be happy in my life, and uh, so just something to think about, folks. I'm going to end this rambling session, and I'll talk to you another time. Hopefully, it'll be more about fishing, outdoors, camping, hiking, cooking, or just some nonsense type story. Y'all take care. I'll talk to you another time.